What up, YouTube? It's Mike Moore here again. This video is on experiments that I've been making because I had a can of Cowboy Coffee Chew. It's non-tobacco. It's made with coffee instead of tobacco. I was wanting to figure out, a way I could make it without spending that much money for the can of coffee chew. It's not that bad. And I wanted to show y'all my experiment. I used an old Grizzly can to do it. And I think I got the recipe almost right. I've been don't worry about the phone ringing. Shut up. Nobody wants to hear from me right now. Toll free. Come on. All right. Okay, after that's done, I'm trying to make it where it's less hard because I did put it in the freezer. All right. What you do is, depending on how much coffee you use, and you can use any coffee. I use some Private Selection dark roasted coffee, but you can use Folgers, Maxwell House, any of those. I mean, I like this dark coffee, any dark coffee. So I used it. Let me get off a little piece of it so you can see. Well, it's actually malleable now. Yay. Jesus. Has the same consistency. But, hold on, let me shine the light on it real quick. As you can see now, it has the same color and texture as a coffee chew. It's got that stickiness, so you can mold it into a ball. And this was, if you fill the can halfway up with, and I would recommend you take the stuff into a glass bowl first, mix it up in that, then just pop it into the dip can. But it tastes exactly like it. Take some of that cheap $1 honey that you can get at a store. Let's see if I can get a better color. There you go. It has the consistency of the Cowboy Coffee Chew. And when it's in your gum, it feels like that when you chomp down or something. Gritty. And like they said on that can, this can will give you like 1 pinch equals to 1 cup. This is coffee, crushed up beans. So I would say, depending how you like your coffee, one can is like 12 cups of coffee, or the amount I have in here at least. And this is my homemade recipe. I haven't seen people measure out that much. I would say if you use a half can of coffee, fill the top of one, whole, I would say, cover all that coffee, if you use a small bowl, with honey, the top of it. Once it gets there, mix it up thoroughly, pop it into a can, put it in the freezer. Leave it in the freezer for, I would say, about an hour or two. Longer is better when it comes to this. I have some in there right now that I did last night. The consistency of that stuff, which this is one of those, is like a tar almost. I'm a heavy coffee drinker. So what I do is I'll put probably 2 big chunks of this. And with this stuff, you can swallow it. Not just You can just swallow it, not just have it in your lip, but you can swallow the coffee grounds. People say that you shouldn't swallow it, but I haven't had anything go wrong, and I've been doing this recipe for at least a year now. And I love it when you got to throw a dip in, but you can't because you're at work and you need your caffeine or a wake up. You got a little coffee chew. And when your boss comes over there and says, "Is that Grizzly?" or whatever you did, you say, "No, sir. But it's a Grizzly can." You can open it and look at it. And he'll go to open it and look at it and say, "What the fuck is this stuff?" I say, "That's coffee chew." He says, "What does that mean?" I've sold a couple cans to a couple of my bosses that way. Because let me tell you, they're going to need a little pick-me-up too. So whenever you can make good coffee chew like this, you can get your parents to try it, your brother, if they are totally against dipping and stuff, tell them to try that stuff. It's just something that I enjoy because, like, whenever I'm really tired after working, I'll pop a lip of this stuff in and it gets me going again. Although I do not recommend making your own and trying to add weird flavors to it. I've seen some YouTube videos where they use Monster, so-called, it's supposed to be water, with some sugar or cinnamon. I do not recommend that. I mean, you can experiment if you want, but that one was just a little, not the consistency. Plus, he was making cha, which this right here is more like a thick tar. And I do recommend the recipe. I don't have exact measurements. All I know is if you're going to do it in the tin, like I would say a third of the can of coffee grinds and cover the whole top of that. More honey than coffee grinds. No, more coffee grinds than honey. Sorry. Until you get the consistency that you like. This consistency is perfect for me. Like I said, my boss, he likes it a little thicker with coffee. My mother, she does it, and she likes it with more honey, so she can just add it to her coffee and it's a flavoring. But this you can swallow because it doesn't have any harmful chemicals in it. So that was my homemade coffee or cowboy coffee chew. But I call it my Grizzly coffee chew because it's always in a Grizzlies can. And I wish Grizzly would come out with a flavor like that of regular dip, because I would definitely buy that. I love Grizzly a lot. I know a lot of people will give me hatred for saying that, but I like Grizzly. There's nothing wrong in my book by them. The only thing I would say is if you're going to make a big batch, like 4 or 5 cans of this stuff, I would say put it in the freezer and leave it as long as you can, because then it will get thicker. As it freezes, it gets harder and thicker, and once it thaws out just enough, it turns into, and I'm going to put another one in because I am feeling a little drained today. I've worked for 3 days straight. But it turns into like this, putty almost, where it's not slouching, it's not falling, it's just staying there. Just don't go kiss your girlfriend with this in your mouth. I should be saying, Did you just drink coffee? Then your secret's up. Jeez. That's what happens when you accidentally swallow the wrong windpipe. Sorry about that. But yeah, just don't go kiss your girlfriend with this in your mouth. She'll say, did you just drink a whole cup of coffee? But that's the only way I can stay awake right now. I've been up for 3 days straight. And if y'all follow me on my next video that I'm going to post right here in about 10 minutes, I'm going to do a dip review over Grizzly Wintergreen. I know I've done some in the past. And like I said in my last video that I did, and I should have done this at the beginning just like I did that one, I'll link down in the description of mud jugs. Yeah, spittoons, really affordable, really high quality, US made. I'm not sponsored by them to say that. I love their products so much. Wish I was sponsored by them. Man, don't I? But like I have one of their shirts, their Blue Lives Matter t-shirt. I'll leave down in the description where you can find their products, their website, and go over after this video. Check out on YouTube Mud Jug on there. It's actually go to their website first. I'll link in the description, and then click on their little YouTube icon up in the corner. Check out those videos. This is Mike Moore. If you like this video, hit that subscribe. If you want to see more and you are interested in, maybe getting started in your videos, leave down in the description with your YouTube name, and I'll definitely subscribe to y'all. So I love y'all. Hope y'all do well. Check out Mud Jug, and have a good evening or a good day wherever you live, and peace.